Why not? You don't want people to know?
They'll just be jealous.
Yeah, they're gonna be jealous.
They're going to be jealous, and that's their own fault.
Yeah.
They get jealous, that's their own fault. And when I get back home, I may catch a program. Normally, supposed to be speaking in a translated, this other girl, and she said, like, oh, we just translate. And she said, oh, she said you were on good book. And if they show that today, I can't wait.
Okay.
That is what it is. Yeah, when I get home, I want to try to look for the show that shows an advertised earlier where this guy comes up and starts to translate. Oh, she said you're a blonde bimbo on Dancing with the Donkey. I don't know if this You know, I've got like Netflix, another channel. I know exactly where it is. I'm not finding it.
Yeah.
Try to be Miss Bates, women. And these two girls got into an argument. She said, watch it, cheerleader, watch it. And they started yelling at each other. This third girl comes up and says, hey, what did you get? How are you guys upset? We're up against and the gorilla team. And then they all came back. Hi, bro. Say bye. One time, Screech and Kelly were serving the strawberry shake together, and Zach said, looks like we was there's a twilight. Everyone starts disappearing. Yeah, $25,000. Maybe $100,000. Right, if you want to fight. If you can oh, the meeting's going to start. Don't ruin my day. Hey, can you believe this? I'm about to start the meeting. She's going to ruin my day. show called The Free is Wrong. That'd be good.
You all got real quiet like the pastor came in. Well, we're going to get started in about 3 minutes, so you can still talk.
One thing I do know is when you took our picture, you got our good side. Yeah. Well, one time this opera singer, Horace English, I got a picture, and the person taking the picture, I said, "Get my good side." And he went Horace English, the radio. I looked at Horace, I said, "Oh, Horace, you're really nice." He goes, "Oh." That's what happened. The thing is, when I said, "Get my good side," and Horace said, "Radio," I said, "Oh, you're funny." He's got a big deep laugh. He sings like bass and choir.
Y'all ready? We'll get started in about 1 minute.
Big laugh. Oh, yeah. He's over in New Orleans. Yeah, he's singing the First Baptist choir. Oh, yeah. There's a Dr. Filter there. And one day, the American asked him, "Can you do it?" He goes like, "Lady, you don't want to sing with me." I don't even sing with you.
The meeting of the Shreveport City Council is now called to order. I'm going to ask Minister Daphne Tebow to lead us in the invocation, and Meredith and Melanie Posey, if you would come forward, you would lead us into the Pledge of Allegiance. Would everybody please stand?
Good afternoon, everyone. Proverbs 31 asks, who can find a virtuous woman? And I would say, I see her as I look around this room on today. Shall we bow? Father God, it's in your name that we say, God, we thank you. We thank you, Lord, for the beauty of the woman, God, and we thank you for the beauty of the creation that you gave us, God, who is the giver of life. We thank you, God, for the male, oh God, who you have created, God, to be a helper unto the woman, God. And we just thank you for all of us, your children. We ask, God, that you will bless us on today, God, to continue to look to you, God, for all of our guidance, all of our help, God, because we know that the word tells us that all of our help comes from you. And if we understand that, God, then everything that we do as we serve your people, oh God, as we make decisions on the behalf of your people, we recognize, God, that you are God and you have given all of us a purpose in which we should live, in which we should carry our lives and carry ourselves, oh God, and as which we can be the example to your people and to the world for those who don't know you. God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the leadership here, oh God, in this chamber. We thank you for the history that has been made this year, God. We thank you, Lord, for you are God. It is in you that we live, move, and have our very existence. God, keep that on our hearts and in our minds. In all that we do, we give you praise. We give you honor. And God, we give you the glory. It's in your darling son's Jesus' name we pray. And we say amen and thank God.
Meredith and Melanie Posey.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Councilwoman Taylor.
Present.
Councilman Brooks.
Here.
Councilman Taylor Farrell. Here, ma'am. Councilman Butcher. Here. Councilman Jackson. Here. Councilman Green,
I'm here.
and Councilwoman Bowman.
Present.
Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the administrative conference Monday, February 24th, 2025, and the city council meeting Tuesday, February 25th,
So-
2025?
So moved.
So moved by Councilman Green, second by Madam Chair. Any discussion? Let's vote.
And this passes with 7.
Does any council member have any awards, recognitions, or distinguished guests not to exceed 15 minutes? That would be me and the vice chair. And I want to welcome everyone to the chamber. But sitting to my left, I want to introduce Madam Chair for the day, and this is Ms. Dallas Clark. So you stand up. Ms. Dallas Clark is Mini Tabitha today, and she is a student at Claiborne Fundamental Magnet, and I want you all to welcome her here. So, Madam Clerk, will you please call Ms. Clark's name so she could officially be a part of the record?
Ms. Clark,
Are you present?
Wow.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is with great honor, along with my fellow council members, to welcome you to this special recognition and celebration of Women's History Month. Today, we gather to honor the remarkable contributions of you all, the women in our community. Community leaders, educators, business owners, first responders, advocates, and change makers who continue to inspire and uplift those around them. I want for every news outlet here to get a picture of this room, because this is what Shreveport, Louisiana looks like. This is the diversity of our city. This is the strength of our city. This is the core of our city. These women that are in this room, who are mothers, who are aunts, who are sisters, who are cousins, who are best friends, who are mentors, who are support builders, who are encouragers, who are ministers, all in this room together to celebrate each other. Throughout history, women have been at the forefront of progress, breaking barriers, driving innovation, and shaping the future of Shreveport, Louisiana. It is our privilege today to formally recognize some of the outstanding women who contribute to the success and the strength of our community. At this time, I would recognize my colleague, our Vice Chairwoman, Ursula Bowman, as we present an official resolution from the City of Shreveport. Dr. Johnson, will you please read the resolution into the record?
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. Resolution 41 of 2025, a resolution recognizing Women's History Month and honoring the contributions of women in Shreveport and to otherwise provide with respect thereto by Councilwoman Taylor and Bowman. Whereas Women's History Month is observed annually in March to recognize and celebrate the vital role of women in American history and society. And whereas the Shreveport City Council acknowledges the remarkable achievements of women who have shaped the social, economic, cultural, and political landscape of our community, contributing to its growth and development. And whereas women in Shreveport have played key roles in advancing education, business, healthcare, public service, the arts, and civic engagement, ensuring a stronger, more inclusive future for all residents. And whereas during Women's History Month, we recognize and celebrate the contributions, achievements, and the potential of young women in Shreveport, ensuring that they have resources and opportunities to succeed and make a lasting impact on our community. And whereas women in leadership and public service continue to make significant contributions to the programs and prosperity of Shreveport, with the Shreveport City Council now being led for the first time in history by two women, Chairwoman Taylor and Vice Chairwoman Bowman, alongside Clerk of Council LaTanya Bogan, who leads the office of the City Council with dedication and excellence. And whereas the City of Shreveport recognizes the importance of uplifting and empowering future generations of women through education, mentorship, and opportunity. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the City Council of the City of Shreveport, in due legal and regular session, that the month of March 2025 is hereby recognized as Women's History Month in Shreveport and encourages all residents, businesses, educational institutions, and community organizations to observe this month with programs, ceremonies, and activities that acknowledge and support the accomplishments of women across all sectors, while reaffirming the commitment to enhancing equity, opportunity, and empowerment for women and girls in our community. Be it further resolved that if any provisions of this resolution or the application thereof is invalid, such invalidity shall not affect other provisions of the resolution, which can be given effect without invalid provisions, items, or applications. And to this end, the provisions of the resolution are hereby declared severable. Be it further resolved that all resolutions or parts thereof in conflict herewith are hereby repealed. Madam Chairwoman, to take a point of personal privilege just to thank all of you, our Chairwoman, Tabitha Taylor, our Vice Chairwoman, Ursula Bowman, our Clerk, Latanya Bogan, our Council Analyst, Jacqueline White, our Internal Auditor, Lennon Stewart, and we cannot forget the women of the Mayor's Office who help us, Tari Bradford, Leanne Ivinsky, Miss Mary Rounds, and Gina, who work in the Mayor's Office, who help us make this city go round. Thank you for all of the work that you went and do to make our city fantastic.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson. As you read the historical record, let us continue to add to that record. I'm going to ask Madam President of the Caddo Parish Commission, Stormy Gage Watts. That's my commissioner. Please stand. Board President Jasmine Green, will you please stand? Dr. Regina Webb, would you please stand? Dr. Arbor Gant, is she still in the room? Please stand. Ms. Mary Chamel, will you please stand? At this particular time, these are women that are leading every entity of government and every municipality in the city of Shreveport, in the parish of Caddo. Will you please give all of them a round of applause? Now, we will recognize astounding women in our community by category, and as I call each group, we ask that all honorees in that category stand to be acknowledged. Elected officials and former elected officials, will you please stand? Public servants, will you please stand? And you know if you're a public servant, don't play. Businesswomen and entrepreneurs. My businesswomen and entrepreneurs, would you please stand? Educators and community leaders, would you please stand? Healthcare and public service professionals, will you please stand? Nonprofit and advocacy leaders, would you please stand? Mothers, aunties, sisters, cousins, if you're my best friend, please stand. Should be everybody in the room. We want to stand and recognize each of you from the Shreveport City Council. It is with great passion and great respect and great dignity that we have for each of you in this room. And I want to thank you for coming out today just to celebrate this moment in history with us. If there are women under the age of 21, I want you to please stand. Sit down. Why is that so significant? Because these are our future change agents. And what we do this for them. Miss Elaine Simpkins, will you please stand? Yes. Thank you for your countless contributions to the city of Shreveport. Thank you for standing in the gap for us women so we can be where we are today. Your contributions are monumental, and so we stand on your shoulders, and thank you so much for being here on today. To our essay winners, Azaria Miller, Francis Jenkins, Amelia Alderman, please stand. And please have your grandmother to stand. And what is your grandmother's name? Mary Ann Selbert. Thank you for being the grandmother of all grandmothers, because you are representing all grandmothers on today. Thank you for being an inspiration to your granddaughter so much that she shared your value with us on today. So thank you so much. I'm not a grandmother. I'm a good aunt, though. But I want to just say thank you so much. Thank you all so much for taking the time to write on today, to share your history about your mom and your grandmother and what they mean to you, which means what they mean to the community. So thank you all so much for that. Councilman Green also wants to extend a special honor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. At this time, we'd like to call Attorney Jacqueline Scott to the podium. She has been recognized as USA Today Woman of the Year. She received that award. Would you like to have expressions?
I'm lost
Make
for
'em pay.
words. No. To the Honorable Taylor, the City Councilman, I'm grateful to be here today. To my surprise, I was named USA Today's Woman of the Year. I'm just, my heart is heavy, but
That's
I'm
awesome.
so very grateful. I've worked hard, and hard work pays off. And I
Yes.
thank you all so much. For
You're welcome. Yes.
Madam Chair, make them pay.
Madam
Thank you.
Vice Chair.
Yes.
Good evening, ladies. Thank you for coming today. I want to recognize our Lady Raiders at Huntington High School. They did win the championship. Yes. Ms. Bell, we will come back and celebrate them in 2 weeks, so help me with that. But thank you all for coming.
I got to say it.
Okay?
As we always say, why not Huntington? And let me tell you, to all of you, Lady Taylor, they made history. The first women girls, I call it, basketball team to make history. And they also made history doing women thing. But what's going to happen? And I'm getting ready to bed. Well, like the Super Bowl, what they do when the Super Bowl win? What they do? They go and have a parade. We getting ready to go have a parade in a couple of weeks. We gonna honor them, and we going to buy their rings. So get ready when I make that letter to you. Each one of them need their championship rings. We will do that too. So get ready, everybody. I know, donate that money, but we will be celebrating them in a parade and a big party. Okay? They made history. Again, I say, why not Huntington?
That's right.
Former Councilwoman Rose Wilson McCullough, would you please come? Yes. Ms. McCullough, very few women have sat in these seats, but you have. And so on today, we want to pay a special recognition to you and to the women who have preceded us in these seats. It wasn't an easy task when you were here. It's still not an easy task that we are here, but we want to thank you for your mentorship, your guidance, always being accessible, and thank you for creating this path in order for us to sit in these seats. And so we wanted you to know today that we stand on your shoulders.
Thank you so much. And you're doing a great job, Tabitha.
Thank you, Tell them we represent the A. Congratulations to each of you. Your voice matters, and we encourage you to continue sharing your stories and striving for excellence. There's one thing that I want you to remember as a woman. So many times there are individuals that try to silence our voices. There are so many times when they take our anger and say we're angry when we're passionate about what we believe in. We are very intentional about what we do. And when we set our minds to do something, just know that we're going to get it done. So get out of our way. Because typically what happens is that when we're doing it, we're not doing it for ourselves, we're doing it for all of you. So just know that when you see us coming, get out of our way. Just let us do what we do. Happy Women's History Month to the women of Shreveport, Louisiana. So we presented you all with roses. You all take them, that your husbands know that we gave them to you, that your boyfriends know that we gave these roses to you, because we don't want any problems. I don't know. We've taken pictures earlier. I don't know how we take pictures again with everybody. But I would ask if you all would take a picture of this audience, because I do want everyone to see what Shreveport, Louisiana looks like. To the men who are here supporting us, thank you so much. I see you in your pink. Thank you, Ron Latia. In your pink, Mr. Daniel. Thank you, Mayor Arsenault. Thank you, Councilman Butcher and Gary Brooks. And come on over here, Dr. Jackson and Councilman Green, wearing your pink on today. Thank you for supporting us in our endeavors, because with that level of support, then you provide us the level of strength that we need in order to keep going. Again, I want you to take this picture because this room is a reflection of what Shreveport, Louisiana looks like. Madam Vice Chair? Yep. You want us to go? Okay. You all give it up for Dallas Clark.
Yes, it's right here, it's fine. I can see them too. Right in the middle. All right, everybody on three. 1, 2, 3, cheese. Got it.
Madam Chair, Madam Vice Chair, if you would stay here. And Madam Acting Chair, we do want to present our certificates this afternoon to our Women Essay winners. One of the most inspiring parts of our Women's History Month is to hear from our young women. And so earlier today, we heard the essays of those young women, and we want to present them an official certificate of recognition from the City Council. If you would please come forward when we call your name. Frances Jenkins. Frances is a ninth grader at Loyola College Prep. And Amelia Alderman, a senior at C.E. Byrd High School. And unfortunately, our middle school winner, Azaria Miller, an eighth grader at Uri Drive Middle School was unable to be with us this afternoon. But please congratulate her as well. Madam Chair, I'm also pleased to announce that on behalf of the Divine Works Foundation and the Red River Education Foundation, a part of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated and the National Panhellenic Council of Shreveport, we are delighted to present these young women a $250 Academic Excellence Award.
Wow.
We want to thank the NPHC fraternities for being with us today to help us celebrate Women's History Month.
Madam Chair, I'd also like to recognize former Councilman Oliver Jenkins. He's in the audience. Oh, yeah. All right. And he also has his pink on. All right. All right. Wow.
Madam President.
No, he just freelance. Madam Chair, while y'all coming, I'd like to also recognize Attorney Ron Latier, has his pink on.
Beat your record today.
Yes. Nice.
Yeah, y'all welcome to stay for the meeting. We'll be here for a while. Y'all welcome. Don't leave.
I know. Yes, pushing the limit. We've been since 2 o'clock.
Wow. You got this.
She's out.
Mayor Arsenault, do you have any awards, recognition, or special guests?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any communications of the mayor relative to city business?
Yes, ma'am. I do have one piece of business. I have visited with some council members who have some questions about some of the appointments, and in respect and courtesy to that, I'm going to ask that you postpone all the appointments today.
Okay. All right. Councilman Butcher, I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. I think Mr. Morgan and Mr. Sepulvedo, I asked yesterday for an update on the hotel on East 70th Street, and I believe that y'all have an update for me.
Yes, sir. I met with them about a month ago because their permits had expired and told them we needed an update on where they stand at that project at 1419 East 70th Street.
Come up to the mic a little bit. I'm
Okay.
trouble hearing you.
Is this better?
Yes, sir.
And so I met with the architect and the engineer and the property management group and a new contractor that's taken over the job. And they submitted us a new scope of work today. I told them we'll be issuing new permits, that we're not changing contractors no more and what the scope is. And they are here today to talk on their behalf.
If they'd like to come up, I'd like to hear. And as they're on their way up, just, this is in my district, but it's right on the line of Councilman Talaferro's district. So I had the privilege of touring the building with former Councilman Nicholson back when the project started. I don't know if any of these guys were there or not, but we were told that it was going to be 2 years tops on the construction. But we've got a lot of complaints from the neighbors behind, and we are really in the process right now of trying to deal with dilapidated buildings and property standard issues and everything like that. And just due to the fact I was by there yesterday, and I mean, it looks pretty rough. So I'd like to get an update from y'all and a projection on when y'all are going to be complete with it. And thank you for coming, by the way. We appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you. Sure. Carlos Cuevas, Galaxy Hotels, Chief Operating Officer.
So,
members of the chamber.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I've been with the company since late May of 2024. I came from a company which I was part of for 26 years, Newcrest Image, well-known company in the hotel industry. At that point, I was invited to join Galaxy Hotels by Mr. Jack Dillon, which still owns it and will continue owning it for a number of years. I represent a portfolio of 41 hotels and currently 7 developments. This specific development has endured a significant challenge from the get-go. I do know what I've been told, and I even read the article that came out, I think, last month on the paper, most of them being true and some of them being assumptions. What I can tell you is I want to thank all the subcontractors that have entrusted us to remobilize the property. I had to make a hard decision in October by having to pause the construction based on what I witnessed was the handlings of the previous construction company. And I had to step in, ask for assistance, ask trusted contractors to come in and deliver us the product. Green Lake Funding is still the funding company of record, and I feel fortunate that they have entrusted me, and based on what directions I gave and the action plan that I presented to them. Mr. Sepulveda, thank you for your time and coming to the property. I'm trying to make it less of an eyesore immediately. In the last 2 weeks, I think that we have done a lot of strides to do that, from the interior that the curb appeal doesn't see to the exterior curb appeal by refacing the silt, by cleaning the areas, concrete guys through Kelly Martins and his company, handling all of the concrete, handling all the landscaping. On the fire station side, it looks like a new property now. It is our great intention we have now, Mr. Jerry Stidwell. He's also local. He used to be the operations manager of Margaritaville. He has joined us as a dual general manager for the property, and he's already interviewing, along with our operations team, the key components of our operations. We hope to have a significant summer. We hope to be done by the end of summer. And Mason Associates, which was a key component of being able to re-engage the property with both hands, is the architect of record. Mr. Pulido met with Michael Stubbs, the lead project architect, along with the entire team behind Mason Associates, which is a very reputable architect firm in the Metroplex, and I personally have used on my previous company for many of jobs across the United States. So as I present my face to you and my name and to the audience here, I assure you that we have all the intentions to delivering us a property that we will be proud of and the community will embrace, because we will need all of your assistance once we open, because now we have to pay it back.
We were, myself and Councilman Nicholson at the time were excited about the project, and it's been honestly a little bit of a disappointment. But I do understand we've gone through COVID and several different things, but we're working now on about 6 years. We have a real problem in the city with, and I'm curious, do you have any other properties in Shreveport?
No, sir. And the only thing I left out is Persona Signs will be installing Boston Pizza signage, Spring Hill signage, and Town Place Inn and Suite signage on the 27th, I believe, is moving it. 30th of the month, of this month.
Okay.
And the whole community will see who we're going to be. I'm not allowed to turn on the signs, but the signs will be visible. They will not be covered.
We've had a real problem in the city of Shreveport with people that are not from here, out-of-town companies coming in and buying apartment complexes and other things like that, and it not being complete, and now we have an eyesore. We have a real problem with vagrants, which we're working on, that tend to go in and squat in these properties. We had one property that burned to the ground in my district out off I-49 that was a hotel that was never finished. So we're taking this very seriously. I've talked to the mayor's office, to the CAO, and to Mr. Sepulvedo. So we really want to see some things happen here because it's been way too long, and it's just not fair to the residents that live and have invested money in that to have to look at that on a continual basis. So I appreciate your investment. Look, we're always pro new business and bringing in the new jobs and the new restaurant and all that. That's great, and the extra hotel rooms. But we also have citizens that have made major investments around that area, whether it be in business or in residences, and it's just not fair for them to have to continue to look at that. So I'm going to hold Mr. Morgan and Mr. Sepulvedo and our property standards, Mr. Green, accountable to this to make sure, and the mayor's office, to make sure that this project is complete. When do you think that the project will be complete and the building will be open?
We are expecting a TCO, for Mr. Kelly's schedules, in end of June. And then for brand hotels, that only triggers a last phase, which is engaging with a brand and then coming in and meeting their expectations. That takes anywhere from 30 to 60 days based on the findings. When he talks about businessmen and businesswomen, I can tell you that on paper, black and white, it doesn't make sense to be able to complete this project. You said it yourself, 6 years in the making.
Yeah.
You can only imagine the dollar amount that we are talking about. So it is a significant investment, and we expect this property. We have no presence on the southeast and north of east of Louisiana. Most of our presence is on the Midwest and West, and some up north in the New York area. But we hope this is one of several, because if you were to see our portfolio, we never have one-off in our markets, because business-wise, you need to have 3 properties and be able to provide better management assistance. Since Galaxy Hotels is the owner and Galaxy Management LLC, it'll be the operating company, which is one of our arms of our company.
Well, thank you for coming and giving us an explanation. I think this helps, and at least we've got it out to the public of what's going on. But we are going to be watching y'all, and we hope y'all many years of success there. That building is kind of historic, so we want you to be successful, and we want to give you every tool you need. But we also want to make sure that it progresses. So thank y'all for coming.
As soon as we're able, we will be able to do hard tours and everything else.
Awesome. That sounds great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Sepulvedo and Mr. Morgan, for getting them up here. Appreciate it.
You have anyone else, Councilman?
What's that?
That's it.
That's it, unless anybody else has any questions about it. Okay, and then I've got, I'd like Chief Reese to come up if he could.
Chief Reese. Oh, look at him with his little
I just found this outside. I wasn't gonna dare appear before y'all without my pink on.
If you live with my wife, that white shirt probably would turn pink because that's just the way things happen. But Chief, I brought you up because of my concern, and you and I have had conversations about this of Fire Station 20. We were prepared to move some money over to finish it, but we want to make sure we get the bids right. But my biggest concern, it's been 2 weeks, and I see no progress with a temporary station there. What is our status on that?
Sure. So that is going to require a little and I talked to our Chief of Maintenance, Archie Watson, a little bit earlier, and our project manager. It's going to require a little site work, which will require we want to make sure we have the funds available for that. It's going to require almost $15,000 between SB2 rock, electricity, and water being moved. Other issue we face, and I found this out here just a little while ago, is they've stripped every wire out of that fire station. So where we were going to keep the trucks, there's nothing to pull or to open the garage doors. So that now becomes another issue, which is is related to our Class 1 fire rating because you have to keep them covered and everything else. So I have a call into PIL to find out if that can temporarily be done where we can keep them outside, or if generator power is an option while maintaining safety. There was a pre-bid meeting today between SPAR, our project manager. I don't think the port was there, but there was a pre-bid meeting today, and we're still looking at roughly about $1.6 million on that fire station. I have reached out to Mr. England and let him know that we are, committed to getting in there as quickly as possible. There was a fire alarm that came in on yesterday. Thank God it was a false alarm, but of course that increased response time scares me every time I hear the radio go off for anything near the port area.
Well, the port is one of our biggest economic drivers, and I'm concerned about the neighborhoods around. We already talked about the fire death that we had on East Kings Highway, and I'm getting emails regularly from the residents in Town South. I know there also is a major concern from Willis Knight and about Live Oak. We have all kinds of nursing homes and retirement villages all around there. So I just want to make sure that we're doing, and the administration is doing everything in our power to get a temporary station. I remember when that station was built, they had a single wide trailer and one bay there for about a year and a half. So it shouldn't be that difficult for us to get a trailer there or something to get it started. So I hope in 2 weeks you'll have more of an update for us. But whatever you need and whatever the administration needs for us to get the funding, I think the council is 100% behind getting that station up because, honestly, we have a contractual agreement with the port, and they're already about to give another service to another municipality. They could just as well contract another municipality to do that, and that would be a major impact, I believe, on the city of Shreveport. So whatever we can do, Mayor and Mr. Dart, to move this forward, I would really appreciate it. So thanks,
Yes,
Chief. I appreciate your update.
Yes, sir.
Chief Wayne Smith. Oh, where your
Good
pink?
evening. Chief, how you
Where your
doing?
pink?
I just wanted to see where your pink was.
Yeah, because I don't see it.
I left it
don't
on
see
my
it.
dresser. I had a beautiful,
That-
beautiful
that-
pink
they don't have-
tie.
That does not work.
You can go home and get it and come back.
Okay.
Okay. Somebody loan me a tie.
That's all,
If
Chief.
Tom Dark has on pink,
If
you got
Tom-
a problem.
He's a real man, no doubt
Okay?
about that.
I'm just saying.
Yes, sir. That's
Thank you,
right.
Chief.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
That was it.
This pink.
It's pink day. All right. Does any member have any questions or concerns relative to?
Now you look like a wrestler.
Okay. They would not let the fire department outdo them at any cost. Does any member have questions or concern relative to property standards for Mr. Green? Where is his pink? Can't nobody see that. Nobody see
I
that.
got a rose petal in my
A
badge.
rose petals. So, Mr. Green, yesterday, I read where the ceiling fell in on top of a tenant in Cooper Road Plaza. The tenant had to be transported by ambulance, which is a concern, I know, because we've had some issues with that apartment complex.
Yes.
Do you all have any updates?
Not today. We should have one tomorrow. We did reach out to Housing Authority.
Okay.
So we want to meet with Housing Authority and zoning on location.
Okay. I know that they had some issues with those subfloors.
Well,
when we
remember,
did an
they
inspection.
gutted.
Mhm.
They gutted that apartment complex and redid it. So this has got, I'm sure it's probably something new.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Anybody else? Okay. Thank you with your rose petal. Everyone should have received a revenue collection plan and implementation report. Public hearing, there is none. Madam Clerk, would there be any legislation to be added today?
No, ma'am.
Today, we will hear public comments on agenda items only. Madam Vice Chair will take charge of that. Please state your name and address for the record. You have 3 minutes to speak.
Ms. John Glover?
Good evening, council members. John Glover, 9100 Walker Road, apartment 217, Shreveport, Louisiana, 71118. I rise to speak to resolution 35. Now, I've been conversing with my council person, and I'm very grateful that he has allowed me information that I did not already have when I reached out to him. I still stand to ask, how much information do each of you all in your districts possess that will accommodate or even support bringing additional cameras into the city? Now, I saw the listing that Kill had put out on its page, quite extensive. And I do understand that we are about public safety, because sadly to say, and often we don't always recognize, we can choose our path. If we choose to speed, we're going to get a ticket. You know, the situation when we first came aboard with this conversation, it was that there were a lot of hiccups in this situation. The camera would take a picture of a license plate, but the owner of that car was not the driver, but that owner was being held accountable. Then we looked at the constitutionality of the process. And though it has been said that it is truly not constitutional, we have seen ourselves meet conversations that, yes, we can make this constitutional. At the end of the day, again, I will reiterate, we, the citizens who are drivers, legal drivers, who decide to violate the law, we have to deal with the extent or the consequences of our violation. But we don't want to become a sort of, and I won't use that word, cash cow, but I did use it, but we don't want to become a revenue stream for the city. We don't. We want to make sure that whatever you all are bringing before us as citizens, that it's going to be for the benefit of us all. We know that the funding can be used in other areas, public safety, streets, whatever. I guess it can. You have to check the ordinances or even the charter itself to find if that is indeed the truth. But at the end of the day, we just want to make sure that you're listening to the voices of those who says, take a step back. Take a step back. The extension you wanted to do, but then when you wanted to put more cameras out here, then I think it became more of a concern for a lot of us because we were already apprehensive with those cameras in the school zones. And I just wonder how much data, how much information has been compiled to support what we're asking to impose upon the citizens of our city. Thank you.
Sammy Mears?
Sammy Mears, 1133 South Point Parkway, apartment 111, Shreveport 71105.
Today, I'm speaking on two things. 9A35. I think it's a good idea if Mayor Arsenault was able to execute an amendment to the agreement with the Blue Line Solutions Zones and LLC, and also automated speed enforcement cameras in the non-school zones to extend the agreement term. If you vote yes on this today, it would really be appreciated. There are a few people that think they're real funny when they think that they can outsmart the cameras. Well, they don't. They think they do, but they don't. I just think it would be a good idea to take care of this. So if you'll vote yes today on this, it would be appreciated. And I don't know Nell Bridge Khan, but I'm asking for 9A40 to be voted on too. I don't know the woman, but I think she deserves to be recognized for whatever she does. And thank you for Dr. Jerome Cox.
Thank you. Jacob Malone.
Jacob Malone, Rayleigh and Associates, 4913 Shed Road, Bossier City, Louisiana, 71111. We're here for a zoning amendment. It is zoning case number 24-208-C. If y'all have any questions, let me know.
Thank you so much. James Carthison. I don't think he's here, but I'm reading for the record. He's at 913 Prospect, and he's just asking the council members to, has strong opposition of the speed enforcement cameras. Thank you.
That concludes public comments. We have the following executive appointments to consider that will be postponed. Do we make a motion on that now, Madam Clerk?
I'd like to make a motion that they be postponed.
Second.
2 weeks.
Moved by Councilman Green, second by Councilman Butcher. Any discussion? Those will be postponed for 2 weeks. Okay. Let's vote.
That passes with 7.
There are no items under consent agenda for introduction or to be adopted. Madam Clerk, please proceed with regular agenda legislation.
Resolution 33, authorizing the mayor to terminate a sewer servitude.
So moved.
Second.
So moved by Councilman Green, second by Madam Chair. Any discussion? Let's vote.
Councilwoman Taylor.
It's not working. Yes.
That passes with 7. Resolution 34, approving an annual payment in lieu of tax in accordance with a term sheet issuance by Northwest Louisiana Finance Authority to Louisiana Historic Redevelopment.
So moved.
So moved by Councilman Green, second by Councilman Brooks. Any discussion? Let's vote.
That passes with 7.
Resolution 35, authorizing the mayor to execute an amendment to the agreement with Blue Line Solutions to add additional automated speed enforcement cameras in non-school zones and extend the agreement term.
So moved.
Second.
So moved by Councilman Green, second by Madam Chair. Any discussion? Let's vote.
That passes with 4.
Resolution 36, authorizing the mayor to execute a supplemental agreement with Burns and McDonnell Engineering Company to provide water and soil program management.
So moved.
Second.
So moved by Councilman Green, second by Madam Chair. Any discussion? Let's vote.
That passes with 7.
Resolution 37, authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement with Burns and McDonnell Engineering Company to provide streets and drainage improvement program management.
So moved.
So moved by Councilman Green, second by Councilman Talaferro. Any discussion? Let's vote.
This passes with 7.
Resolution 39, accepting a public dedication of Pecan Square Avenue and Woodbury Avenue rights-of-way in Providence Phase 4, Unit B, and otherwise providing with respect thereto.
So moved.
Second.
So moved by Councilman Butcher, second by Councilman Talaferro. Any discussion?
Yes, ma'am, Madam Chair.
Councilman Butcher?
I'm all for development, but as these streets start to age, and we've had these conversations before, is the administration doing anything as these developments start to fill in for us to be able to maintain these streets 20, 30 years down the road? I've had 2 calls this week about future development in Southeast Shreveport that will require annexations of extensions of existing neighborhoods, and they need the water and sewage is basically why they're doing this. I'm very concerned about us continuing to annex areas unless we put some type of plan in place to be able to maintain these, because I've got streets that are in my district that are awful, and it's only going to get worse. We're adding streets, and in 20 or 30 years, we don't have the money to fix them. So I would like for us at some point when Mr. Green has another infrastructure meeting, we really need to discuss in depth, and we've been saying this for a year or so, what we're going to do as far as the future. So I don't know if there's some type of account we can start putting money in to save for when the streets go bad in these areas that we're annexing. And it's not just my district. There's development in Councilwoman Bowman's district. There's development, up in Councilwoman Taylor's district and Councilman Jackson's district. So I'm voting for this because we need the revenue, and we've already annexed these people into the city. But we really need to come up with a plan for the future. We can't keep sprawling out, because it's to the point where we've got people that are wanting to de-annex because their roads are falling apart. I just would task the mayor and the CAO to help us come up with a plan, and we need to discuss that. I'd like to get that done in the next year or so.
I actually agree with you on that. Because sometimes when the developers come in, and then just as you said, years down the road, when things happen, then it becomes a city responsibility, and they're a no-call, no-show. We're actually dealing with some of that right now in some older neighborhoods, but still are nice areas where they deal with infrastructure problems. And so that's an issue, and I think it's something that we need to have to address more sooner than later, because it's not fair to the existing neighborhoods who are already having infrastructure issues.
So anyway, I want everybody to support this. I think we need to continue to, but just know that I had a call yesterday about a potential development of an existing neighborhood that could mean, another 60 to 70 homes. So, I think in my opinion, it's better just to sell them the water and sewer and then let the parish take over the streets. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, thank you. Appreciate it.
Any other discussion? Let's vote.
That passes with 7.
Resolution 40, recognizing Nell Bridge Khan and otherwise providing with respect thereto.
Is she here or anybody? Oh, good. Okay,
Oh,
good deal.
right.
If
She
you'd like
was
to come
here.
up, and we'll read the resolution for you. I'm glad you're
So
here.
let's get a motion in a second.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
This is a motion by Councilman Butcher, second by Councilwoman Bowman. Please come up.
Come up to the podium if you want to.
She was coming on the horseshoe. That's right.
A resolution did you want me to go?
Go ahead.
A resolution recognizing Nell Bridge Khan as a can, and otherwise providing with respect thereto. Whereas Nell Bridge Can is a woman whose name represents excellence in the world of competitive bridge. Whereas her journey in bridge began at a young age, and through dedication, she achieved the title of Grand Life Master, one of the highest honors in the bridge community. Whereas her skills strategic mind and determination led her to become a world champion in the 1990s, a testament to her hard work and commitment. And whereas in addition to her career in bridge, Nell is also the author of You Can't Make It Up, which is available on Amazon, and she recently held a book signing at Barnes & Noble. And whereas Nell Bridge Can once said, Grand Slam champion was no longer just a title, it became who I aspired to be. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Shreveport and do regular and legal session convened that the Shreveport City Council recognizes Nell Bridge Can for her achievements as both an author and as a Grand Slam champion.
Look at you. I'm overwhelmed.
Well, Ms. Can, thank you so much for your contribution. From the grandson of a avid bridge player, I know how much you put your heart and soul into it, and it's really nice to be able to do this for you. And just keep up what you're doing. And I'm also honored that it used to be in my district, but they drew y'all out. The Bridge Club used to be in my district, but now it's in Councilman Talafero's district. But anyway, stay there. We'd like to come get a picture with you. But if you'd like to say something, you're more than welcome to.
Well, it's so wonderful to be honored by such a wonderful city that has been my home for 70 years this year.
So, congratulations.
Yes, congratulations. Congratulations. This is yours. Oh, we can get on there. Okay, thank you.
Congratulations.
We'll make it.
You got a professional photographer. We'll make it happen. Photoshop and all.
Y'all all get up here.
Yeah.
Come on, lady.
Jim, how you doing? Come on, baby.
Congratulations.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Oh, so RJ needs one? Oh, RJ's.
RJ, okay.
Well, you mentioned it. I was ordered.
One more.
One more, Jim.
Come on, Jim.
Come on, Jim, you got it.
All right. Here we go.
Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank y'all.
Any more discussion?
Thank you for our roses, too.
You're welcome. Let's vote. We're waiting on.
Okay, that passes with 7.
Resolution 41, recognizing Women's History Month and honoring the contributions of women in Shreveport and otherwise providing with respect thereto.
Second. Second.
So moved by
Second.
Dr. Allen Jackson. And second by Councilwoman Bowman.
No,
Madam-
me.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Me.
Second by
Second.
Councilman Green. Any discussion? The takeover is real.
Very.
It's, well, you just wait till, we wait for y'all program next.
That passes with 7.
Madam Clerk, would you proceed with introductions of resolutions not to be adopted prior to March 25th, 2025?
Resolution 42, authorizing the execution of a retainer agreement with Butler Snow LLP as special legal counsel. And Resolution 43, a resolution giving city council approval for the mayor to pay premiums and execute documents in connection with the purchase of insurance for city buildings, facilities, and activities for the period beginning April 1st, 2025.
So move on introduction.
Second.
Madam Clerk, will you proceed with introduction of ordinances not to be adopted prior to March 25th, 2025?
Ordinance 18, amending Section 38-11 of the City of Shreveport Code of Ordinances relative to general requirements for buildings, and Ordinance 19 to amend Section 94-163B of Chapter 94 of the City of Shreveport, Louisiana Code of Ordinances relative to billing.
So moved on introduction.
Second. Madam Clerk, please proceed with ordinances on second reading and final passage.
Ordinance 40, an ordinance of authorizing the lease of portions of Stage Works of Louisiana, a city-owned property, to G-Unit Film and Television Louisiana LLC. This has been postponed to March 25th. Ordinance 8, to amend Chapter 38 of the City of Shreveport, Louisiana Code of Ordinances relative to dumpsters on residential property.
Motion to postpone, please.
Second.
Motion to postpone by Madam Chair, second by Councilman Butcher. Any discussion?
Yes. The reason why I'm postponing today is because some conversation has come up about some pods being included into this ordinance. So that's why I'm asking you to postpone today.
Any other discussion? Let's vote. Yes.
And Councilwoman Bowman.
Yes. That passes with 5.
Seven.
It passed with 7.
7, I'm sorry.
Ordinance 9, amending the City of Shreveport, Louisiana 2025 Capital Projects Fund budget, appropriating the funds authorized herein.
So move.
So moved by Councilman Green, second by the chair. Any discussion? Let's vote.
That passes with 7. Ordinance 10, amending the City of Shreveport, Louisiana 2025 Capital Projects Fund budget, appropriating the funds authorized herein.
So move.
So moved by Councilman Green, second by Councilman Brooks. Any discussion? Let's vote.
That passes with 7.
Ordinance 11, amending the 2025 Water and Sewage Enterprise Fund budget.
So move.
So moved by Councilman Green,
Second.
second by Council, Madam Vice Chair. Any discussion? Let's vote.
Councilwoman Taylor.
Yes.
That passes with 7.
Ordinance 12, amending the 2025 Community Development Special Revenue Fund budget.
So moved by the chair,
Second.
second by Councilman Green. Any discussion? Let's vote.
This passes with 7.
Ordinance 13, approving and directing the execution of a cooperative endeavor agreement between the City of Shreveport, State of Louisiana, and the Economic Development District A.
So moved.
Second.
So moved by the chair, second by Councilman Green. Any discussion? Let's vote.
Passes with 7.
Ordinance 14, approving and directing the execution of a cooperative endeavor agreement between the City of Shreveport, State of Louisiana, and Economic Development District F.
So move.
Second. So moved by Councilman Green, second by the chair. Any discussion? Let's vote.
This passes with 7.
Ordinance 15, amending section 94-161 and 94-167 of the City of Shreveport Code of Ordinance relative to discontinuance of services, adjustment for non-residential water and sewage service accounts. And the city attorney has asked for this to be postponed.
Motion postpone.
Motion to postpone by Councilman Green.
Second.
Second by Councilman Brooks. Any discussion? Let's vote.
This passes with 7 to be postponed. Ordinance 16, zoning case 24-208C, an ordinance to amend the official zoning map of the City of Shreveport Unified Development Code by rezoning property located on the northwest corner of Lyon Avenue and East 68 from R17 Single Family Residential Zoning District to C2 Corridor Commercial Zoning District to C1CZD Neighborhood Commercial Conditional Zoning District.
You got a motion?
So moved.
So moved by
Second.
Councilman Brooks, second by Councilman Green. Any questions?
Yes.
Any discussion? Councilman Brooks?
Mr. Clark, would you come up for a second, please? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
First of all, I think I owe you an apology. LaTanya told me after the meeting yesterday that this was supposed to be corrected on the written agenda.
Yes, sir.
So I got it corrected today, so thank you for that.
My pleasure.
Was there any opposition to this?
There was no opposition.
Did it pass unanimously through the
Yes,
MPC?
sir.
Okay, that's
If I remember
all.
correctly. And this is one of the first cases that we're using to utilize the conditional zoning. Just real quickly, if you will allow me.
Yes, sir.
Before, when you wanted to add some additional changes to a case, you had to remand it back to the MPC, and they would study it and send it back to you. With conditional zoning, if you want to add some conditions beyond the conditions that the MPC added, you can just do that in this setting, and it saves time and it keeps the case going forward. I just wanted to share that with you.
Okay, that's all.
Okay.
Thank you.
And they didn't turn the projector on, but I had pink.
Just stand right there. Just stay right there. Let's vote.
That passes with 7.
Ordinance 17, zoning case number 24-210C, an ordinance to amend the official zoning map of the City of Shreveport Unified Development Code by rezoning property located on the north side of Forston Street, approximately 300 feet east of Highway 1, from I-2 Heavy Industrial Zoning District to IMU Industrial Mixed Use Zoning District.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. So moved by the chair, second by Councilman Green. There wasn't any opposition with this, correct? Okay, that's what I needed to know. All right. No further discussion. Let's vote. Thank you, Mr. Clark.
Thank you all.
Councilman Jackson.
Yes.
This passes with 7.
Madam Clerk, is there any other table legislation to be removed from the table?
No, ma'am.
We have no property standards, ZBA or ABO appeals to consider today. We have no MPC, ZBA appeals to consider today. Are there any other appeals, Madam Clerk?
No, ma'am.
Are there any reports from officers, boards, and committees? Dr. Johnson, would you please come up? Please allow me to extend our thanks and appreciation to you for ensuring that this day happened. You did an amazing job.
Thank you, Councilman. It's my pleasure. It's so easy to do these types of things when I work with dynamic women and council people who do amazing work every day. I get to see that.
The
all
men
the
gonna
time.
be jealous, Ray. I
don't know what day we have, but
no, give them some for Father's Day. Thank you.
Well, whatever y'all decide it is, but it is certainly an honor and pleasure to work with all of you, our office staff, and I get to see these women every day. They treat me like their son. Sometimes I get,
Thank you so.
you know, they'll do what they tell me to do, but I certainly appreciate all that they do, all of our staff, and I would be remiss if I did not recognize our deputy clerk, Terry Sanders, as well, who's upstairs.
Yes, Ms.
But is a major cog in the wheel in our office.
Yes. Thank you. Yes.
Madam Clerk.
Yes.
Ralph. Dr. Johnson, when we have ours, what color we wear?
We gonna pick one, probably blue. It may be crimson, but I can't say that out loud just yet.
All right, thank you.
But Councilwoman, I do want to make sure that we also thank those who helped us for today. Our decorator, Catherine Allen Lewis, who decorated the chamber, as well as Tori Moore, who did the outstanding balloons in the foyer. So make sure to take all the pictures that you all want to. They did an amazing job, and they did that as volunteer service for us. So we appreciate everyone that had an opportunity to help.
Take them to the church.
Yes, ma'am. I also have to thank my fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi, who donated today's flowers for everyone. So
thank you so
absolutely
very much. And I would like to again thank Miss Dallas Clark. If you would stand, Miss Dallas. Yes. Come on. Can you come up here? To the horseshoe. That's our chairwoman for today. Madam Clerk, is there a clerk's report?
The following letter of appointments were received from the mayor's office on March 5th and 7th, 2025, and are subject for confirmation on March 25th, 2025. Airport Authority Attorney Carenza Pryor, Director of Public Works Jarvis Morgan, Superintendent of Streets and Drainage with the Department of Public Works Ryan Robertson.
Okay. Awesome, congratulations. Mayor Sano, do you have any additional communications?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Does any council member have any additional communications?
Madam Chair?
Yes.
I just want to say congratulations to all the phenomenal women that were here today and around the world, especially my mom. I wouldn't be here without you, so love you, Mom.
Awesome.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
I'd also like to just say congratulations to all of the women around the world, and I'm thankful that I was here to be a part of this history-making for the city council. And certainly, I'd just like to say to you all that you're doing a beautiful job. Just keep up the good work, and Godspeed be with you all.
Amen.
Thank you.
Councilman
Madam
Brooks?
Chair?
Yes.
On a rare occasion, I'm just going to echo what Councilman Green said.
I actually want to thank you all so much for supporting us on today. It was a beautiful day for women across Shreveport, Louisiana. Ms. Rogers, you hung on in here with us today, huh? You and Miss Carol. Look at here. I got Miss Ely, Miss Harris, all my little women. Thank you all so much for being here on today. It has been an amazing day. Executive session, there is none. So if there's nothing else, you want to hit it 3 times? Tell them this meeting is adjourned. You tell them. Yes, this meeting is adjourned.